Just when you think you have all the answers, I change the questions. Rowdy Piper. This is Mark Bell from SuperTraining.tv, Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West, answering more questions today for the Power Project, brought to you by HowMuchYouBench.net, The Slingshot, and the only strength magazine in the freaking world, thepowermagazine.com. Got a bunch of questions to get to today. The first one comes from someone named Rosetta Stoned off of the YouTubes. And this question is very important. He has a 3-year-old son who watches the Power Project. As I always say, if you're not watching the Power Project, then you have no life. And if you are spending a lot of time watching the Power Project, then you have no life. So congratulations to your 3-year-old son for having no life. Anyway, his questions are very important, so let's get to those first. Question number 1 is, who is Mark Bell talking to? Question number 2 is he talking to his mom? Question number 3 is, if he is talking to his mommy, where is she? I'm not talking to my mom in these videos. I'm usually talking to people that ask stupid questions, and I'm replying to these stupid questions with the best stupid answer I could possibly provide. My mommy, I know you're really worried about her, but she's on the other side of the country and she's in New York right now. So hopefully that satisfies your needs for now. Go drink some chocolate milk and let's get on to the rest of the stuff for the Power Project. I had a question about the box squat. Somebody asked what my thoughts were on the box squat. They said I mentioned something about a box squat in a previous video. Says that Louis Simmons believes a box squat is far superior to a regular squat, and what are my thoughts on that? The best squat is the one that's going to work the best for you and yield the best results for yourself. And sometimes that is different for everybody. I have some raw power lifters in my gym. I've worked with a lot of raw lifters and CrossFitters, and one thing I have noticed is if we only box squat, only the box squat gets better. If we mix in box squats and regular squats, then both things get better. Both the free squat and the box squat both come up simultaneously. So it's a tough question to answer because some people really do love the box squat and they do really rely on it. I myself rely on it, but I'm a geared power lifter. I'm a power lifter that wears gear in competition, and I also do so in training, and so therefore a box squat, in that case, I would say it is superior to a regular squat. Where a box squat can become superior is also areas where it can become inferior, such as like the fact that a box squat will make you less sore. The fact that it will make you less sore is also taking away a little bit of the strength that you would get from doing a regular squat. Many of you have noticed that have done box squats that your groin and some of the muscles in your legs don't get quite as sore when you do a box squat versus doing a regular squat. So some of the things that make a box squat great are also some of the things that make a box squat not so great. So I would try to do both, would be my main recommendation. If you're a geared power lifter, then you could probably box squat all the way. You could probably box squat your little heart out and box squat 52 weeks out of the year, which I have successfully done many times, and other lifters have done the same. If you're a raw lifter, you're probably going to need to incorporate more regular squats. If you're a newer lifter, it's a giant mistake to only rely on the box squat. So those are some things to think about. We have a few other questions today to get to in terms of Foam Chex. You got to check out some foam here. So let's see what we got. I'm going to figure out my inner webbing here. We have, someone sent me a video of some deadlifting, and let's see what we can find here. This guy is a smaller framed guy, a skinny guy, but he looks like he's moving some pretty good weights, and let's check out his form on some sumo deadlifts. This camera's going crazy. The intent is great. I like that he's going full blast and he's flooring it there. That's the way you should deadlift. You should always deadlift with a lot of aggression and a lot of hatred in your heart for everybody around you. But so far I'm seeing good form. He's spreading the floor, forcing the knees out. I would maybe like to see him point his toes out a little bit more. Let's see if we can pause this. Chest is up. I don't know what this face is. That's kind of a private face. He should probably only do that in the privacy of his own bedroom. But the rest of the stuff looks pretty good. The bar could possibly be a little bit closer to his legs, but by pointing his toes out, that'll probably solve that right there. But the chest is up, arms are nice and long, hips aren't too low, back is pretty flat. Can't really ask for much more than that. And as he pulls, his head kind of comes down, so let's see how it looks here from the front. I like that he sent me multiple angles. That helps a lot. Head and chest are up. As he goes to pull, he kept them up. This time, he forced the knees out more. I'd still like to see those toes, twinkle toes, pointed out a little bit further. But again, good aggression, good speed. And overall, I like his form. I think it looks pretty good. Kind of doing a double pump there. The reason why some lifters like to do that is try to create some sort of eccentric phase of a deadlift to just try to get utilize the stretch reflex in the bottom of the deadlift, and that's what he's trying to do here by bending down into it, squatting down into it, and coming up fast out of it. Those are all clean lifts, my man. I ain't got much to say. So let's go to the next guy. Congratulations, that's some pretty good form right there. Main thing is just to point those fat little toes out a little bit more. This is from Steve Mann. And let's check out Mr. Manley here. See what we can see from him. Steve Mann, I believe he won Masters Nationals. I hope I'm not wrong in saying that. But he's preparing to compete at the Arnold Sports Festival. He is a IPF USAPL lifter, and a very good one at that. Has successfully squatted over 840 pounds in competition, and any of you know anything about the IPF, that's the hardest federation that there is. So let's check out his form here on his deadlift. So far I'm not seeing a whole lot, that's why I'm not saying a whole lot. Steve is somebody who has relied on the Power Project in the past, and he looks like he is absorbing some stuff from the Power Project and turning it into his own, and that's exactly the whole entire mission and point of the Power Project. For you guys to utilize some of the information here, apply it to yourselves, and make it unique to yourself. Back is flat, head's neutral. Let's try to slow this one down a little bit, be a little picky with it. Now he's got 585 on there. This is when you can really start to see all kinds of bullshit happen usually. He's got the belt on backwards, which some of you may want to try. That just gives you a little bit more freedom. You don't have that giant buckle in the way, and you don't have that overlapping in the front. But back is pretty flat. Hips are down. He's got a decent amount of weight behind the bar. Keep in mind he already did start his pull a little bit. Got a little forward there. The only thing I can see there is maybe he can just try to get those knees to come out a little bit more at the bottom, but that's just really being picky. Here again, he gets down in position. Still looking pretty decent. Keep in mind, people go heavy, shit's going to break down. There's just really no way around it. Doesn't matter how great of a lifter you are, stuff will fall apart with a certain amount of weight. And he's heading into the 90-95% range. Here he goes, throwing the knees out again, getting in position. The only thing I could really say is maybe to get in and out of that bottom position faster. See how he just kind of sat down in there a little bit? Another thing to keep in mind here, something I preach to Power Project all the time, is to throw your fat face behind the barbell. Your fat face, this thing here. That giant head, the thing that you hold up all day long. Throw your face back behind the barbell right there. Throw it back harder than that so you can lock that shit out easier. Good work, Steve Mann, and good luck at the Arnold Classic. I will be at the Arnold Classic with my wifey, Jessie Burdick, Katie Hogan. We will be slanging We'll be slanging some slang shots. We will also have some wrist wraps there as well. 3 different types of slangers. We'll also have Power Magazine there. And hopefully I'll see you there. Strength is never a weakness, and that is it from Super Training TV.